365 Flicks podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.
93.
Mm-hmm.
The definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast, episode 93, and Indie Talk is back.
93.
93. From H.
93. Doesn't work.
Don't do that.
Yeah, we're back. Indie Talk.
Indie Talk. I am the Scottish bean whore, Chris.
Yes, and I am the pissy ex-video store clerk, Kev.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. And we're kind of dipping into the well here. This is we could call this double
returning guest.
We're double dipping.
Well, we've done that already.
Yeah, we've done that a few times.
Mike,
yeah. We do like to double dip. We like to stick our
There will be others that we've forgotten about.
Most likely, we don't forget about people. But
Danny.
We are so bereft of ideas and so bereft of guests who actually want to come on the show that we drafted in some people who've already been on the show but didn't really want to come back on. Yeah. Nah, this is Indie Talk, and I will let you introduce who is going to be on the interview coming up.
Well, there's quite a few people on this episode, as it turns out. So we got back Dave Hastings, who is the writer and director of Sustain.
That's the one.
You will have seen us share the trailer on the Facebook page, on our Facebook page. You can also search for Sustain Movie on Facebook. Just have a look for it. Follow that. Also, The House of Screaming Death. Mm-hmm. But also with Dave is a whole bunch of other people who are attached to Sustain. So there's no way in hell I'm going to remember anyone.
No.
So Dave does tell us who is all on the episode, because he told me 2 people.
Yep.
And then there was 3 people, and then there was like, I don't know, about 6 or something.
Well, we ended up in a good old 5-on-2 basically.
Wow, shit.
It was like TLC.
Ooh.
Yeah, there was like us 2 and then like 10 of them. Yeah.
Well, this is getting timey-wimey, because technically we haven't actually spoken to them yet, because this is the intro.
This is the intro, although we have.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got 3 names here, so we'll go with these 3. And we'll just fill in the rest later. Yeah, there was Dave, obviously, Troy, and Sam, and I think
Josh.
There was someone called Joshua.
Josh.
Yes. See,
who's the director of photography.
We are remembering everyone.
But I think there was somebody else as well.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. That's going to be really shit when they listen back to this and they go, "Oh, what
arseholes!"
And they're like, "They didn't even remember me." I bet he was the one with the best 365 pick as well. Because, spoilers, they did a 365 pick.
Mm-hmm. Or they will have done.
And please don't go on the website and check out the 365 picks. Just, give me a couple of days, like months, and it will be updated.
It'll be fine.
But before we get into this awesome interview about this awesome movie that is upcoming and we awesomely love, Chris,
yeah,
you got a job to do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Well, first of all,
ooh,
I want you to go onto Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And search for What You Can't See film.
Still pimping that.
Oh, fuck yes. We have finished the filming of the film. That got away from me there. We have finished the filming of it. It is going into editing next week. Then we're going to be...
I believe they call that post.
Whatever.
Like, you've done the pre, you've done the present, now you're in the post.
All right. Don't get comfy. So we're going to be starting editing next week, and then we've got somebody in place to do the score for it, which is awesome. And then, we'll have a look at trailers and
have you
stuff.
got Hans Zimmer to score it?
I believe you're doing your wham.
Yeah, I'll do the whams, but are we not getting Hans Zimmer?
No.
But are we not getting John Williams?
No.
Oh,
No.
Are we not getting Junkie XL?
Who the fuck is that?
Batman vs Superman soundtrack? You know you love it.
I thought that was Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer did some of it and Junkie XL did some of it.
Just Hans Zimmer, fuck that other one.
Hans Zimmer done like the theatrical stuff and Junkie XL did the bom 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 bom. Oh, Mortal Kombat. Can we get the guy that did Mortal Kombat? That would be awesome. If your movie opens with bom 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 Liu Kang, bom 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 Sonya, bom 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 Mortal Kombat. Still the best soundtrack ever.
You done?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good lad.
So how was the movie experience? Or director yourself?
It was awesome.
Did you love it?
I loved it.
Good.
I loved it. Every single second of it. It was great.
I still haven't read the script.
Fuck off.
I was enjoying that. I was enjoying.
What, every time you said that, I wanted to punch you in the face a
Yeah,
little bit more.
I could see that it was grating on you, which is
Yeah.
like after the first couple of times, I thought there's no point cracking that joke because he knows I've probably read it. But then I could see that it was grating on you, and I was like, yeah, let's keep that one going. Yeah, and I kept it going the whole time.
Yep.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And like there was genuine surprise from like your cast, as you like to call them,
You put it in fair commas for.
because there was like what 3 of them.
There was 4.
But there was genuine surprise that I had maybe not read the script. Did they not know me? Like 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't have read it.
But that's the thing about you, Kev. You know, I've known you for what, 12 years plus?
Long years.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, there are times when I still can't tell if you're fucking joking or not. So, yeah.
I'm happy with that.
You happy with that
I'm
one?
happy
Yeah.
with that. Because my mission in life is for people to not really know if I'm joking or being serious. That is my mission in life.
There you go.
You throw them that curveball, and then when you lay some truth on them, they're not quite sure. So, like, you know, when you stand there and you've been joking and laughing with someone, and you go, you know what? I fucking hate you.
There was a few times I was ready to spear you through the wall, to be honest.
And you say,
but that's just a day that ends in Y, surely.
yeah. And you say to them, you're like, "Oh, you are a massive wanker." But because you've been joking for the last couple of hours, they don't know if you're serious or not. So I can get away. I'm a cheeky chappy.
You are a cheeky chappy.
That's why people like me.
Yeah.
Well,
Like is a strong word.
borderline like me.
Yeah. Anyway, so we follow the Facebook page.
Right.
What You Can't See Film, follow it, and there will be more updates. When I go back on Facebook, I am off Facebook at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
I've taken the half.
We're not going to go into that,
taken
though.
the half, but
We're
there you
not
go.
talking about that this time.
No. But pimpage over for that.
Yep.
We are the 365 Flicks Podcast. Also have a look for us on Facebook by searching in 365 Flicks Podcast. We're also on the Twitters if you do the same thing. You can find us on a lot of cheeky networks. We are on the Tangerbout Network, Weeby Geeks, Wicked Radio Network. I've mixed up the order, so I'm confused now.
You normally have a very particular.
Yeah, I know I do. Or BritishHomeNerdly.co.uk.
I did wonder how that was going to go.
Fuck it. Hashtag Part of Family on the Twitters. Britpod scene, and if I've missed anyone, whatever.
As you can tell, he's a piping hot mess right now.
Exactly. Well, there you go. Have a look for our awesome website, which doesn't have the 365 pics updated. www.365flickspodcast.co.uk. Look for us and subscribe to us on the iTunes. Don't forget to leave a 5-star motherfucking
5-star
review. No, not review. Yeah,
Yes,
review.
We've got a few now.
Yeah, good. We want more.
Yeah, we do want more. It's nice to get more. It's nice to know that people, you know, took enough of an interest to give you 2 seconds of their day. 2 fucking seconds of their day.
Lazy.
Not that we're begging.
But we do want more. It makes us feel good. Yeah. So leave a 5-star review. We want those reviews. You can also subscribe to us on any other podcasting app out there. You can have looks for us on the Satchels or the Stitchers or whatever. Just have a look in that.
Yeah,
that wasn't too bad. Kind of lost the way with the thingies.
Do you need me to put it on the board in front of you?
No.
Because I realise there's a screen in the way there.
The only one I can never remember is the Britpod scene.
I've got a stinger for them, so you don't have to say anymore. One of the guys from one of the other podcasts sent me a little like Britpod scene stinger that I can put at the start of the episode, and it's like 365 Flicks Podcast is part of #BritPodScene.
I will not have that.
It's probably not as official as that, but to be fair, they sent me it. I haven't listened to it. That was 3 weeks ago. But
I'm not having a hashtag on the start of our show.
it probably isn't a hashtag, but it's going to be on the front of this episode.
On this week's SmackDown, Bobby Roode was doing a post-match interview, and the match was quite good. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match with Dolph Ziggler. It was quite good, and Bobby Roode won, obviously. And then he was
Why are
doing
they
it
giving Bobby Roode to Dolph Ziggler?
because they give everybody to Dolph Ziggler who comes up from NXT. It's the thing.
But yeah, but it gets to a point where Ziggler is too shit to be the guy that people get fed to.
But he was doing an interview after the match in the ring, and he starts going. He's speaking about he's going to be in the Survivor Series team and all that, and he goes hashtag, and I went, nope, time started. Fuck you, mate, you beardy fuck. So yeah, that's enough of that shit.
So we are about to get into the interview. This has been an 11-minute intro, basically. But I got one quick thing that I really want to put out there before we start talking start the chat with Dave. First of all, well done on your directing debut.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to watch you work.
Was it?
Not really, but
Oh.
I thought it sounded nice.
Oh. It's a bit rude.
Apparently, I have many different titles, so I'm looking forward to seeing my IMDb credits, because you're going to have like director and writer, and I'm going to have like like a massive big long list. So yeah, the other thing, there is currently a Kickstarter on the go for Gary Chudley, an old friend of ours on the show. He was technically he was our first sort of unofficial / official indie talk.
Him and Shah. Yeah, that's right.
They weren't called Indie Talks at the time, but that was our first.
That was after Showmasters Glasgow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aye, that's when we met Pod.
Yeah, back in 2015.
Damn,
I know, right? Feel old.
that's mental.
Our podcast's getting old.
I'm old.
But yeah, so we met them way back. They were technically the first Indie Talk we ever did, which I didn't realise until the other day, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. But they have a Kickstarter up and running. Gary has a Kickstarter up and running along with his artist Tanya for the Volume 2 of the comic book Plagued, which you'll have heard us talk about countless times.
Yeah, Plagued was great.
We love Plagued Volume 1.
They reached the trade in the house.
You have. They reached out to us over the emails and everything, says we've got a Kickstarter coming up, can you help us out and all that. Turns out they technically don't really need the help, because they're like 24 hours in. Well, no, they'll be nearly 2 days now, and they've nearly got their target. But we want everyone out there to go and have a look for it, and if you're interested in the comic book, if you're interested in the story, give a couple of £1 to it, Cup of coffee is what we normally say. Price of a cup of coffee. If you can give that, it will help them get over the goal. They get some stretch goals, and they can make more and more fantastic things.
Definitely.
So that is on the Kickstarter. Go to Kickstarter, type in Plagued Volume 2, The Miranda Chronicles, and that'll take you to that. Or you can type in Gary Chudley. It'll take you straight to the page. Or just get yourself on our Facebook, Gary's Facebook, anybody's Facebook, and type in The Miranda Chronicles.
Yeah.
And you'll find it. We just want to shout that out because Gary's a good pal. He's a really
Yes,
he's a
bringing
good
him back.
mate. He's definitely coming back. I've been speaking to him the last couple of days about coming on once the campaign's up and running. But the thing is, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? We had him on 2 years ago. We still have not met this guy.
That's right.
We've not actually met Gary yet.
Shah twice.
Yeah, we've met Shah a couple of times. We've met Tanya.
Huh.
But
I did not realise that.
Because the first time we were going to get the chance was at Fear and Loathing, because he was there as well. But he was like up in the cheap seats and stuff.
Oh, no.
He was in the City Downy seats. Fair dues, I think his wife was pregnant at the time. But still, yeah, it would have been nice for him to be in the mosh pit with us. Because it was essentially a mosh pit.
Yeah, basically. Normally I wouldn't go for that kind of thing, but it was cool.
It was cool. It was wrestling. It was wrestling. So anyway,
that's
that.
Sustain, Dave.
Chris has got his thing,
etc.
Gary's got his thing. This is the 365 podcast, and we are going to go straight into the interview with Dave and the Scooby Gang.
Nice.
My brother is dead. I was told by his killers who boasted they took him from me. And my mom. And all I can do is sit here knowing I've lost my best friend. So if you think those three are the ones responsible for Toby's death, even just for a moment, then I need your help.
Those three are dangerous. proceed with extreme caution, as delicately as possible.
Do you want to know how this is going to play out?
So we are joined for the second time by Dave Hastings right now. Now we've got about 10 people on the call with us. So Dave, go ahead, my friend, introduce everybody to us.
Okay, well we've got... Hang on a second. Yes, yeah.
Okay, that was an impromptu appearance by the security guard, which kind of makes this more like an old 70s porno now, with people just wandering randomly through.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
To be fair, no, I was going to say he came in on time then, but that's a long word. Anyway, so obviously there's me, but I'm not going to talk much, I'm going to let these not talk. Okay, Kush is here, but he's very quiet. Kush he doesn't say a lot, but he was on the camera, as I was saying, and generally just scratches his head at a lot of stuff and will not do anything unless there's chicken involved. Then you've got Troy, who is the producer of Sustain, one of the co-producers and stuff. Then you've got Josh with us. Josh is the DOP, so he can tell you about all the times he's kind of pulled his hair out as well. And you've also got Sam, who will also tell you about all the time he's now pulling his hair out, now it's in post-production. Yeah. So that's basically who's here at the moment. I just thought I'd give a bit more people here for you to talk to instead of just me droning on for an hour.
So we've pretty much got the whole team here then.
Yeah, pretty much.
All the important guys.
Most important. There we go. So yeah, that's who's here. We thought we'd just spruce it up a bit for you, so you've got a bit more variety.
Good stuff. Well, welcome to 365 Flicks, everyone. Dave, you've already been on, but everybody else, welcome to 365 Flicks. It's a pleasure to have you all on the show.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Especially for this one as well, because we had Dave on to talk Sustain a little while back, and the trailer came out, and damn, this trailer's looking good.
Oh, thank you. Is that the new one or the old one?
Could you release the teaser trailer was out?
Yeah, we saw that
when you came on the first time, Dave, and then you brought the new one out, the full trailer. What was that? A couple of weeks ago or a month ago or something?
Yeah, Friday the 13th. And the reason we did Friday the 13th because the last teaser trailer came out on March the 13th, Friday the 13th of March, and we just thought, well, we'll keep it as a tradition now.
So it wasn't just because you're a horror hound.
Yeah. No, I never would have
tiny.
Tiny. No.
What day was your birthday this year?
Nothing to do with that.
Friday the 13th? It's also his birthday, Friday the 13th.
I'm quite about that. But yeah, we released it and we did a bit of a build-up for it, and thankfully people have responded really well to it, which is great, and that's thankfully that's what we wanted and stuff. And a lot of people have said how epic it looks, which is strange to me because it's Warsaw. I don't think I've ever heard Warsaw film. I've definitely heard Warsaw referred to as epic.
It was actually Las Vegas, is it?
No, but it looks like Las Vegas in the one.
Oh yeah, similarly.
That lovely opening shot there.
Yeah, they were actually Warsaw, and everybody goes, "That's Warsaw."
Yeah,
it's Warsaw. So yeah,
there's actually a population, which is kind of
but thankfully it's gone down really well. Thankfully, so.
The trailer is brilliant, and Dave, we spoke about on the last episode the old. I think we mentioned the irreversible scene in the tunnel, and I did catch a glimpse of that in the trailer, so that was very nice.
Oh yes, thank you. Yes, the one shot. Yeah,
I did very much appreciate seeing that. It was like, that's badass.
It wasn't on the night, it was freezing.
Yeah, it was. The equipment was going wrong and things were just like...
It was just a cold night. It was a cold Sunday night, and we should have all been
cold
making film.
And batteries for lights not mixed.
Yeah.
Aren't they all over here though?
Editor, I could have gone home and during the day. But I thought I might as well stick around.
But yeah, it's gone down really well, and thankfully, people are responding to it, and we've just got to press ahead now and keep going in post-production, and we're getting there.
Well, we're going to jump onto that in a second, but first Chris has a couple of ice-breaking questions he wants, so take it away, my friend.
The first one I want to know, Dave, is how many heart attacks did your Michael Myers mannequin cause this year?
Oh wow, that was I can't swear, can I?
Of course you can.
I was walking, I literally went round to the shop one day, because I was off last week as well in half term, so I was like there and day and stuff, and a little old lady was walking down the street, and I was going back around the corner from the shop, and I had like a bottle of milk and stuff, and she was just standing outside our house. I thought she was letting her dog do her business outside, and she was just looking at the house. And I went, "Are you alright?" She went, "There's somebody in your house." I went, "What is it, Chris?" I went, "Can you see him?" Then I went, "Oh yes, I can see him." And she went, "Do you want me to call the police?" I went, "No, he's fine. He's local." And she went, "Sure, look, it's fine. Honestly, he's just a mannequin."
Hello.
I said he was a mannequin, and she gave me the first look I've ever had off anybody. I was desperately trying to help you there, and it was just like, "You're taking the mick out of me now." And I thought, "No, he's just a mannequin."
So what did you all have then? You had Michael Myers and Ghostface. Did you have any others?
Jason's upstairs.
I just thought as a statement. Jason's upstairs.
I'm thinking of
He's in the shower.
Yeah, I'm thinking of putting Mrs. Bates in our bedroom.
Behind the shower curtain.
Well, no, I was going to put it on one of them like little train tracks like Home Alone, where it just continually keeps going backwards and forwards.
No,
there's just like a shadow kind of silhouette like at the top of the house.
But I for the shower.
My other half's not kind of
Happy with that one.
Well, he's not forgiven me for last week yet.
Oh god.
But it's caused a few responses. But then that's fun. Hopefully, I think it does.
I would just hate to be your neighbour.
I said on a couple of episodes ago when I saw those pictures coming out, I was like, I would not be living next to that guy.
To be fair, which have gone away for a week, so it was alright.
They're still up the decorations, have they been taken down?
Oh, they're still up, I've got to take them down.
No, but like Christmas, it's like 13 days after.
Upstairs to the geek room, so I've got to put him back up. So that's going to be fun.
There's a lot of like sound-biteable moments in this podcast already. You know, Jason's upstairs.
Sure, yeah.
Go take Michael back upstairs to the geek room.
I like to cut parts of the conversation out and put it before the opening credits, so we do have a lot there.
Yeah. Speaking of Halloween. Now we missed this. We actually missed this, Dave, the first time you were on. But you directed your very own Halloween film, didn't you? Halloween One Good Scare. That had Troy appearing as Dr. Sam Loomis.
Yes, he did. Yes, he's never forgiven me since. He was growing his hair, but he's never. Is that what you said to him?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. He still looks like him now. I'm literally looking across to him, and he just looks like Donald Pleasance looking at me with a big grin on his face. Yeah, I have to pick Troy for that. It was just, yeah.
My question was to Troy, how much of a perfectionist was Dave when he was filming, or a pain in the arse was Dave when he was filming and directing a Halloween movie?
Honest answer, he knew it back to front and upside down.
I can imagine that, yeah.
Constantly referencing, this is from this movie, this is from that movie, you know the bit where this happens and that happens, and honestly, every single beat and moment, there's a reference in there somewhere.
Cheers, Troy, the fight was coming to you now.
So what was One Good Scare? Well, obviously it was about Halloween, but was it its own contained story, or is it your own version of canon, or?
It's based on the comic book of the same name. It's written by a guy called Stephen Hutchinson, who's an amazing writer and a comic book writer. And I've gotten to know him a bit over the years and stuff. And he wrote a lot of the comics when the films weren't being made and stuff. And One Good Scare is a fantastic comic. If you haven't read it, you can read it now. And we just thought, well, we'll adapt that. It's pretty cool, and we've got resources we can use to do it. Where I used to work looked like an insane asylum anyway, so we thought, well, that's all right. We've got the hospital there, and we kind of just went really from there, really, and just had fun with it, and yeah, it was good. And the interesting thing is, when Troy's on screen talking to little Michael Myers, that's actually your son.
It is, yeah.
So he's basically trying to strangle his own son.
Wow.
Oh, for artistic purposes.
Of course, for artistic purposes.
Just say it.
Citation needed.
Yeah, don't get any funny ideas, people.
Proper Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a question for Troy. I'm not that funny. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun experience, and it's been received very well. It's about 5 years old now. It's got to be 5
I remember when you were actually I think I actually remember you were making that. Like, I think I must have known you at that point.
We actually shot on Halloween because the day we shot with Kyle, I then did zombie makeup on him, dressed in a mummy outfit, and took him trick-or-treating.
Yes.
So we were actually shooting that on Halloween night. So.
And then I went to watch Halloween at the cinemas.
Yeah. I just went and got candy. I pretended to be a teenager. It was really fun.
There we go.
So yeah, it was a lot of good memories there. And there was a lot of good performances, fantastic performances in it and stuff. And it was just something that we kind of thought, well, we've got the resources, the location here looks amazing, and we can stay here at night and so forth. We just film it really and with it, and hopefully, from what we've heard off people really enjoyed it and stuff. So,
is it still available to watch anywhere?
Yeah, if you go on Facebook, there's a Facebook page for it.
Nice.
YouTube took it down originally, so we put it on Vimeo. And if you go onto the Facebook page, the password is Loomis, of course. And you just top that in, the film's on there, basically.
I'd like to know, I have never watched it.
Well, there you go, then
There we go, something to watch.
So you can watch it next year now.
How dare you! Get out!
You can watch it next year now, can't you? So, but yeah, it's. I mean, the other one that we did is on YouTube still. I haven't took that one down yet, so that's. Yeah, I'm waiting for them now after this year because of the new film.
New film's coming out.
So, but yeah, it's on Vimeo, and if you go onto the, there is a Facebook page for the film. It's got a lot of galleries, it's got a lot of trailers, it's got a lot of picture galleries and comments and all kinds of stuff that we put out. I think there's an audio commentary as well that me and Lucas did, who played Michael, and I've got to put that out as well at some point. But yeah, it's all on there.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that.
Definitely. So we're on to Sustain. Let's have a little crack about this, boys. So the trailer's out. We both absolutely thought the trailer was brilliant. I mean, you said the word epic before. It kind of feels that way towards the end of the trailer, that it is pretty fucking big. How's the editing going on the movie?
It's going well. It's a bit of a process going through lots and lots of footage, obviously, because we shot for how many days now? 16. I'm sure it's more now. We had an extra round.
We added extra, but yeah. 16 days, and we shot in 4K as well.
4K, so lots of material to work with, lots of gigabytes. I think we reached a terabyte worth of stuff. Nearly halfway through filming, which was kind of concerning. But we're going through it now, and it's just one of those moments where Dave's looking at a script and worrying about the run time.
I can't ever say in a lecture again when I'm doing script writing that it's necessarily a page a minute on screen, because it's now not, and I can't.
So it's a bit. We're getting there. It's just a little bit over the time that you thought it was going to be at the moment.
Yeah.
Currently, we're not even reached. We're about 3/4 of the way through, aren't we? In terms of story.
Yeah.
But we're chopping bits out and taking things away to kind of see if we can make the story kind of seem more. The way I'm after, like just fluid, yeah, kind of cut the fluff out really and get to the nitty and gritty.
Yeah, I mean we've looked at it already. We've looked at the first half of it already as a team, and we have all that because it's okay for me and Sam to sit there and go, yeah, well, we'll take that out. That's okay to leave in, but we're not looking at it objectively at the moment. We're just trying to get it done as a cut, and then. Troy and Josh have sat down and watched through this, and they have more objective looking at it, going, well, that works, that doesn't work. No, can we retool that a little bit, and so forth. And that's the whole process of it, really. It's like a massive jigsaw puzzle. I think I said this the other day when we were directing and stuff, maybe in the edit. A lot of people always say, oh, reshoots on television and stuff.
They're not reshoots, the pickups.
Or reshoots. And we always find that, personally, I always find it great.
Helpful.
Because there's nothing wrong with it, you're just making it stronger than it already is.
We should have the budget. It's definitely helpful to.
There's a budget.
Oh yeah, the chicken.
That's why Chris going to mention chicken as well.
In fairness, we did have reshoots for one particular scene where the lighting was not kind to us. Now, to be clear, for the entirety of the main shoot, Mr. Hastings has a habit of finishing at 4 a.m, 5 a.m. I'm not a big fan of this because I'm getting on. So for the entirety of the main shoot, every day, on time, 30 minutes, that's it, done. No late nights, no midnights, no 4 a.m s, no nothing. Dave sets up one day of shoots just to get some stuff that needed redoing. What time does he decide to start? To pick an actor up at 3 a.m. to be on site, ready to shoot at 4 a.m. Thanks, Hastings.
the things
it just looks better now.
The things you do for story, things you do for filmmaking.
Yeah. So, but it looks great.
Yeah, it's put together nicely. There's some fantastic performances as well.
Yes.
I think we've got to kind of shout it to the cast really as well, because they're all local, aren't they? I'm just trying to think of something else kind of.
Except for Jay.
Jay,
He's northern.
Yeah. But they're all great and some fantastic performances. And in fact, I think, is it Rich from London?
Rich is down London now.
He was London now. He's local originally. But yeah, they're all fantastic performances. I mean, everyone brings a unique, thing to the film, and the character kind of speaks for themselves really.
Yeah. I think it's quite a diverse range of characters.
And Rich's performances are like just as an evil person.
It's very evil.
Yeah, I think you're going to be very kind of what's the word? Sickened. No, not sickened. I think you're going to be very impressed and very kind of disturbed by how much Rich, develops his character throughout the film. Let's say
loses his shit.
Yeah. So
that was from the production.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's great spending a really nice lengthy time on the first cut to get everything right, and that way you know what to do when it comes to if you need any pickups, if you need any reshoots, and it gives us an idea of the story and the runtime of the film, and that way we can kind of plan ahead and see what we can do to bring things down or speed things up in either way. So it's a really great process.
So when you're saying you've got so much good stuff there, so many good performances, this is more aimed at like the editor and Dave really kind of. How does it feel when you have to cut some of these some of these scenes and pieces?
Breaks my bastard heart.
It breaks your heart. I've over the years I've kind of become a bit more of a bit more kind of reserved and conservative against what goes out the window. I always think of, well, what is it doing in terms of the backbone of the story? Is it helping? Is it giving them information to the audience? Is it just sitting there and gathering dust? Is it just not doing anything? But So little things like cutaways and things, just like those get trimmed, don't they, Dave? Just kind of just so much so scenes that kind of the great performances, but unfortunately, it's a case of the story needs to move forward quicker than it is, and it's one of those things where you kind of have to, you had a phrase the last time I did it, which was kind of it's your home. Well, that was one of them. It was because he's your baby at the end of the day, isn't it? Kind of that's the one. That's the phrase. And it's really difficult for Dave to come back going, oh, leave it in and we'll see how it goes. And I'm just there going, it's not working, Dave. It's not working.
Every time we the edit, we should just play that song from Frozen. Let
it go. Yeah.
We should just have that.
Yeah. But it is a difficult job cutting down something you spent a lot of time working on. I mean, how long was Sustained kind of in? I'm asking the questions now. I'm not even on the podcast. But how long was Sustained in pre-production before you managed to kind of?
A year, wasn't it?
It was quite a quick turnaround because we started.
So we're all shooting 4K now because 4K is the future, and
it's a pain.
Yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain, but it's you found the advantage. Go back to post-production, but you found the advantages of using that. When I said we should shoot in 4K, you were very hesitant to jump on that bandwagon at first, but then after shooting a few scenes, you kind of realise, oh, okay, we can really manipulate the footage a lot more.
Flexibility when you're in post.
Yeah.
More about if I knew everything there was about filmmaking, I wouldn't do it because I'd be bored. The idea, I mean, we'd have to go on to a certain, like this filming 4K, I've never shot a whole feature on 4K before, so it was a completely new.
You actually started on, was it Grid? You shot 4K
we
on?
shot Grid 4K, and we tested the waters in dual camera setup because we did a lot of Sustain on dual cameras.
That was the point.
So we tested the waters for that.
Footage,
so you literally got to focus on two cameras at the same time, as well as the performance. So Dave doubled down on the amount of difficulty he was dealing with.
Yeah. It's nothing we didn't mention. Yeah, it was very good. It was the first time I'd done a multi-camera. Because because all the kind of feature work I've done in the past has been single camera stuff, because budget-wise you can only get one camera, but because the GH4s are so nimble and relatively cheap in the scope of production cameras, they're very useful and very nimble and get into these places that you couldn't get like a Red or an Alexa in, you know what I mean? So like, I think having that versatility in the gear, we can get more angles, and then that speeds up time, saves budget. It's just,
I did feel for our Josh though, cause like he was literally, because obviously Kush is on the second camera, and Kush is just I'll take directions of Josh, that's fine. But you're running around trying to make sure the lighting's okay, not just for one camera, but making sure the other camera's got the same consistent tone as well. So Josh here, bless him, is a little superstar because...
I'm starting to relive those terrible I'm trying so...
Sam talking about versatility, shooting the one scene in the toilet, where you were perched
on top of the cubicle.
Overhead.
Oh yes, yeah.
There's actually a picture of that, him in the toilet. It's not really me, he's just pointing a camera.
But the multi-camera, that was kind of very, very, very much new. Apart from when we did grids, very, very new to me, and I found it extremely difficult because having to, as well as like what you were just saying, Troy, about having to manage the lighting and make sure everything's right like that way with two cameras. I'm also trying to make sure the framing is matching in terms of how the visual aesthetics of the film.
Yeah, you gotta make. Yeah.
If they don't match up, then it's
going to look wrong.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
Always make sure they've both got the right settings on.
No, yeah, exactly. Make sure they're all.
I made that mistake once.
And then you just make sure that Kush is not chicken afterwards.
So, yeah.
Right then.
But no, it's been a very experimental film for what, in terms of like kind of first things we've done.
Yeah.
So and I think that's a good thing for filmmaking and filmmakers. We're challenging our.
That's the one thing we always do though. It's step up to the next level each time we do something different.
Yeah.
And in this one we went, okay, dual camera. We've got drones going.
The next film. The next one we're doing 8K.
Yeah.
Across the sea towards the,
it's going to be the next one. So we're already planning spoilers.
I've already told Morgan to start testing on the coast.
Let's hope it doesn't fall into the water.
It nearly did last time.
Oh goodness me!
But yeah,
I'm planning trying to save it.
You're having a red. So we're looking into different areas and different, I just want time code. That's my next request. And it's one of those things that I've worked on. All the features that are there. It's like, oh my god, I want it. So, but I mean, it's great kind of going back to that way, in terms of post-production, kind of just spending time and looking through every take, because that's one thing I like doing, is actually going through and going, right, okay, this one we can probably use, this one, we did it last time we was in the edit with me, like, a lot of stuff for, there's a scene with Jay, I don't know how much I can talk about, because I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
I mean,
you go too far.
To be fair, it's my scene, because I actually didn't realise the image was shot.
Yeah.
It's that, because it's like to concentrate on two
different
trailers and stuff, and I was doing it in the trailer as well, but we were under pressure that day, we only had one day in school, and we had literally from 10 AM till 4 PM to get big scene done, and then a little scene in the little office inside.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh god, everything else.
The dolly.
Yeah, everything,
and we had the dolly, we had the multi-camera setup, we had extras in the store as well. Literally had the store for the day.
I think we had from like 11 till 4, something.
10 till 4.
Yeah, it was 10 till 4.
10 till 4.
Every now and again you can see Troy just walk out of shots.
That's tapping his wrist,
Just tapping his wrist. Oi, Hastings, hurry up. But it was fun, and obviously we had like a lot of bloopers and stuff. And
we've got plenty. We've been saving those. Yeah, hopefully we'll be rising.
We'll be along in the film.
Yeah, that's a real
thing as well.
Also some 3-part harmony singing.
Yeah.
Singing definitely.
How long did this footage of me in a trolley being pushed around?
There is.
There's also one in another location where we do a thing where we were lined up.
Oh, that's on Facebook.
Oh
yes.
The train.
Yeah, the train one.
Which again is something that I don't know how we did that, because we were really pressed for time. And yet we had 20 minutes just to do the train line scenario, which we
were running out of time, and the director's playing with the cast and crew.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
It's a lot of fun. So I think sometimes you need to do that, because it's a stressful situation.
It's better than having those moments is better than having to bother Jack Daniels on set. Really, it's like.
Well, that as well.
But I mean, like, it's better than having to revert to alcoholism. I mean, to have a break and go and, you know...
Madman the show with it.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah. So do you guys, or do you have obviously you're editing, you're still editing, but do you have a release date in mind, or is there a release date already set?
I think we did speak about this with the we said we don't want to release it in summer just because the tone of the film and how it's been shot, it was all shot in winter time and stuff, so it's no good releasing a film like that in summer when it's bright and happy outside and stuff. You want to kind of, I mean, I've always said like
the misery.
Yeah, the misery, mate. So like early part of next year, or depending on we'll send it out to festivals, and we'll probably send it out to festivals, so you guys can see it and stuff. The tone of the film, I mean, I've said this to you before about British writers, they just look so grim. You look at like the long goodbye and stuff with, you know, Bob Oscar.
For this genre, you mean? Like, they're all quite grim, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, and it's very desaturated, which I think that's what we're looking at in terms of films look and everything. And to release something that grim in summer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not exactly cheerful subject matter.
It's not. No. So, and I do think that does play into...
Although, mind you, it is Britain, so like any time really between September and April, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I'll just release it on Halloween.
Yeah.
I was going to say, of course, you have to find a Friday the 13th. So.
Is there Friday the 13th next year?
It's Friday the 13th in March next year, and I was
there
gonna,
you go, you're perfect.
I was going to put the next trailer out for that, but I haven't started cutting it yet.
So we'll see.
That's my deadline.
We'll see.
That's the next trailer, which means that the film should be near completion, but it means that we can almost celebrate that, but not with a drink.
I'm going to be buying a bottle of Jack Daniels for myself after this film, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah.
And when the movie does come, how are we expecting to see it? Are we thinking we might get a cinema release from it, or is it going to be like a streaming platform, or how are you guys seeing that working?
I'm going to let Troy answer that. He's the producer.
Oh, great! Drop that one on me. We're going to look at a similar sort of thing that we'll do with Screaming Death. Limited screenings, digital platforms and festivals. So we'll get it out there to the widest audience we possibly can manage. Nice. But as we think it's a case of wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, what we'll do as well is we'll have it as an unlisted link, and what we'll do is we'll send it out to the press release listed link, so we can start getting the reviews and hopefully.
Well, you know where Ricardo is pressed now, so.
Yeah. what two members of the press haven't seen is the House of Screaming Death.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
I need to send you that, don't I?
Not that he was hinting.
It's still relevant. Halloween.
Yeah, that's...
No, you're just saying the link won't send itself, Dave, so...
We also have been to Stranger Things 2 as well. We also did that.
So recovering from that.
So that was a big thing we did.
36-hour non-sleep.
Yeah.
Have you seen it all?
Yeah. Sam, basically what happened was we planned this month in advance. So last Thursday, I had to go to uni because I went to watch Halloween there because it was on great. Then I went straight to the cinema to watch Jigsaw because that was on afterwards, and I thought, well, I'm going to watch it now because it'll get right. Then at 12 o'clock, Sam was at my house at midnight, so I got pizzas. We started watching season 1. I think we nodded off about episode 6, but we got up before the last one.
Yeah.
And then by the time that had finished, season 2 had come on Netflix, so we just literally kept going.
Yeah.
Until I was delirious, and it was, I can't remember whether I was a physical person or a
ethereal
mental entity. So, but it was good. Except for episode 7.
Oh, yeah. We're not going to go into that though. That's a different podcast.
I've watched it. I watched it all last Sunday.
I've not watched any of it yet.
Yeah, I watched it all on Monday. I couldn't stop.
What did you think of episode 7?
Remind me?
No, spoilers.
Oh, shit.
There's one person that hasn't watched the series yet, so...
Hence the standalone episode.
Yeah.
Oh, with 11.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It was okay. I don't think it really needed to be in the series.
Yeah.
They obviously brought a certain spoiler-free thing back later on. Reasons and stuff and things, but it didn't need to be there. Not really. It was okay. It was fine, but it didn't need to be.
But it annoys you when you've been up for like 30 hours at that point, and you're there going, I can't see the point of this.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the last few episodes there because I need sleep. me and Sam were like proper fangirling at the end of episode 6 because it was like just good.
Yeah.
Very good. Can't say anything because Josh hasn't seen it yet. But you know, like, yeah, I'm sure you guys were fangirling basically at the end of episode 6 when
Safe.
all the China fans.
We're talking about how good it is, but it's something to spoil over. So.
Yeah, but yeah, we're fangirling at the end of episode 6. Yeah, I hope you would as well.
I did put the question on Reddit, and a lot of people went, "Yeah."
Did you guys fangirling at the end of episode 6?
Well, Kev's not watched it yet. I'm trying to remember what the hell happened. That's the bugger when you watch everything in one day. It's like what episode was what.
It's rather it's the fan, so to speak. Not literally, but you know where everything kind of goes pear-shaped, and you know.
Oh shit! Yes. Aye. Okay. Yeah.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Just don't talk about Stranger Things.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, and yes, it was awesome, but Kev's not watched it yet because he's a massive fan. So.
But did you fangirl though? That's the question.
You're a fangirl? No, I don't fangirl.
Yeah, we fangirl. Like, yeah, we were fanning out.
Okay. Let's talk House of Screaming Death. So, it's had some pretty goddamn amazing success, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really nicely.
Yeah, go ahead, tell everybody what's been happening with the House of Screaming Death.
We had a screening of it last night.
Yes,
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween screening. I got to introduce. That was fun.
Yeah, we had a Halloween screen last night. That went down really well. It was selected for the Cardiff International Film Festival last 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Also in the Canadian Fake Flesh Film Festival. I had to say that twice then. So it's Fake Flesh Film Festival in Canada. It's still going to Starburst next year in Manchester, which we're looking forward to.
At the end of the year?
It's going to be March, I think.
March.
And yeah, it's been getting some really interesting feedback. I mean, we've had it's been getting really good feedback to be fair, and one of the things I'm quite proud of, really more than anything, is it's feature films are a lot more difficult to get into festivals than short films, because of the time. You know, they have like 3-day festivals. They've got so many films to show.
Yeah.
Scream Death is a 2-hour film.
2 hours, 2 minutes.
2 hours, 2 minutes, and you know, there's a lot going on in it. There's a lot of diversity, there's a lot of variety in there, and so forth. But it's very difficult to slot it into a film festival because it's like other feature films, not just our film. But you know,
they can show 6-7 shorts in that.
Yeah, I've talked to other feature film makers, you know, and they've said the same thing. You know, it's just a case of getting in there and getting screened and so forth. So more than anything, it's just a testament to the entire cast and crew. Personally, that's like as soon as I find out these things, I give it a few hours just to get the specifics off them, and I keep it a big secret and I don't tell anybody, and then I just kind of tag you all and a mass tagging on Facebook, and it's a nice surprise.
Nice thing to see, yeah, definitely.
And I usually put it with a picture and stuff and a little logo and stuff, and it's great. And Ian's been in touch. He's very pleased with it all. He's very happy with it all and stuff. So yeah. It's doing really well. I mean, the next option. I mean, obviously we've got the Starburst one next year, and then we've got to start looking at distribution options. We always usually give it about a year, just to let it go through the festival unit. You know, because we get a lot of feedback from that. It's good for us as film. So the festival circuit is a great way to get that feedback and understanding how that works as well. So yeah, it's doing really well. I'm incredibly proud of everybody who's part of the film. I'm proud of the film as well. Incredibly proud of it. Considering we had $4 grand, and that basically was begging, borrowing,
eating up very quickly.
All kinds of stuff. And it's just, again, it's a testament to everybody who's involved in the project.
I'm making page, sir.
You had a pizza. You had 2 pizzas. You had 2 pizzas.
I'm joking.
I even did you the menu. You could pick one. Yeah, I happened to live at your house the other week. What was it, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you remember that one, do you?
It wasn't the other week. It was like 3 months ago.
How will we figure it? I even had to change my table.
It was the other week, yeah.
I have to change the address to yours.
Deary me.
But yeah, so, you know, Screen Death, we're incredibly proud of it. Incredibly proud of what we've achieved on so little. Basically, I think that's more than I take away personally. I don't know what everybody else does, but
yeah.
You know, obviously the laughs we had, and I look back on it very fondly. There was some headaches of being a producer.
People into moments as well.
And the ghosts tricky moments.
But they've forgiven us.
Ghosts are still lingering around.
But yeah, we had some screenings at the Manor House as well in July. We're back to the location, basically Manor, and people watched it in the place where the architect has his scenes and stuff. So
and that was full house. It's very nice there.
A bit postmodern. But everybody afterwards was very enthusiastic. Absolutely loved the twist that's in the film. I'm not telling, don't worry. Josh, could be ears. Oh no, you know that. That's one. That one. And yeah, it was just aging it with audiences and people are really responding to it well. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic feeling to be part of this bunch of amazing, talented people who put together from front of our yard. And it's the same with Sustain. Sustain is another challenge. It wasn't a horror film, and I purposely went out my way to not make a horror film. It's horrifying. I will go back to horror one day. There are things that I'm discussing with people, but that's so far in the future yet.
You need a break from Sustain, I think, but
Sustain and then channel
yeah.
Stuff. So yeah, it's brilliant, and thank you guys as well, because you've always supported us. And for us as indie filmmakers and not big studio and stuff, we so appreciate what you do for us. And, it's
No, that's our pleasure, man. That's our pleasure. We can't wait to see Sustain and House of Screaming Death. It's especially Sustain. It just looks so bloody good.
It does. It really does. It's when you watch the trailer, it's got a hint of like just about everything that I like about British cinema, and a bit of like a bit Shane Meadows knocking about there, some nice little Finchery sort of effects going on. Now I watch that trailer and I'm like, yeah, I'm all about this. So.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you.
But that link would be nice.
Right now.
So we wanted to know, Troy, you appeared in House of the Screaming Death, am I right? In The Lady in Grey.
Yes.
So we haven't seen it, but we got to meet Ian McNeice a little while back. Did you share a scene with the man himself?
I have shared a scene with the man himself. He's adorable.
Is it?
He is. Bless him. He is.
They've got on like the person on fire.
That's funny, Josh. Yeah, he's really, really cool guy to work with.
Nice. It's nice to hear that, because when we met him, it was like, surely he's not like that in real life. Surely that's just an act. But no, he seemed like a genuinely amazing bloke. So it's nice to hear.
Even with the crew as well. Like he sat. There was one moment which I'll never forget really, which is where he was having a break in between setups, and we were talking to him because he was in one of the final scenes of the film, and we were talking to him, and we got talking about Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
And he spoke about Jim Carrey very, very fondly, and he revealed lots of kind of backstage gossip that happened, and it was definitely one of those moments where you think, oh my gosh, this man has worked with Jim Carrey and his famous crew in depth. The list goes on, and it's like, and it was one of those moments. I suppose harrowing is the wrong word, but one of those moments where you come and look at it and go, holy moly, I'm working with somebody who's got this repertoire of credits, and it's just it was a fantastic experience. He was very humble as well. He was very excited for the project.
His first acting gig was working with Omar Sharif,
Yeah. He was very humble. He was fully committed to the project.
Yeah.
And the chips.
Yeah.
He loved in the Black Bunch. You got was it the Irish chips you liked? Or was
we have battered chips down here.
Battered chips.
And he loved those.
I've never seen them before.
The thing was, when we went and did the Comic Con in May, a few months afterwards, and he was there with us. We bought some chips just for the day. He was so happy that those chips were there. We just literally came in and went, there you go, we've got a bag of chips for you. He went, no. I was like, yes, there you go. And it was actually my other half Nan who'd gone to get them for him.
No.
You guys were pretty secretive in terms of like not telling a lot of the crew and the cast who was going to be there, like revealing.
Oh yeah, that was very good.
That was very, very
good. The day was great, because I was terrified because when I had, that wasn't my starstruck moments, because I turned around and saw him and I thought, okay, I knew you guys have spoke to him. But then the starstruck moments when he's that open, he'll just talk to anyone.
Oh yeah.
And he just went to me. I was there trying to set the focus and everything. everyone was out at Kush, and Ben, the DLP, was somewhere else talking about lighting and that. And I was just there, and he was in front, and he was just like the scene where you got the two books, and talking about like the confound. Stuff. And he looks at me and says, "Young man, do you know where Kush would like me to place these confounded books?" I went,
Not sure.
Think like this.
So you were giving him direction. That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
Back at Homer Simpson mode, I think he's talking to you.
Yeah.
He's incredibly supportive. And he's always asking how we all are, and it's not just like how the project is, it's how we are as well. It's not just he's always.
He's a very genuine man.
And I think he always said it was quite lovely to see, because we all know each other, and he says when he's working on Doc Martens, everybody just kind of
he was also
in, and that's it. And nobody knows each other.
Yeah.
So when everybody finishes for a take, they all go off, and that's it. You don't really talk to me, and you're like Australia. So I thought it was lovely about this, because you all knew each other, and it was just such a family kind of unit. Because we were all joking and
another thing,
we had things to do and stuff, but we'd plot it out, we planned it A, B, C, and backup plans and everything and stuff, and he was just incredibly humbled by it, I guess.
Yeah. He also mentioned that, going back to like the planning and preparation, he also mentioned how efficient we were as filmmakers, because he said like this, it was like how many pages was that, this whole stuff?
I think it was about 6-7
pages. And he said that would have been like 3 days worth of filming, and we got it done in a day. And he was very kind of impressed that we managed to work on such a really quick turnaround and a really tight schedule. He was very impressed. He was very pleased. I think it was the best acting job he's done in terms of getting out on time, possibly. So, did he finish early?
Yeah, I'll come back the day afterwards. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah.
So yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Sweet. Right, now, Dave, I've got a question for you, my man. Now, we've spoken a few times on the Facebooks about your the Jack the Ripper project that you'd like to do.
Okay.
Now,
I thought you were going to talk about my obsession with Jack the Ripper. Then that's a bit of a different thing.
Well,
it's
same thing.
It's
Really.
not different at all.
Obsession, hobby, whatever.
They're exactly the same thing.
Depends how long you want your episode to be.
Yeah.
So less then. Tell us a little bit about the Jack the Ripper project that you'd like to do, Dave.
Oh, good deal.
It's a secret. There we go.
Okay. Troy, you've read it, haven't you? Okay, right. Okay. So basically, what it was, I've always wanted to do is Jack the Ripper. It's always fascinated me as a kid. I think it fascinates everybody to a certain extent. But what's always bothered me about films and stuff is however great they are, and however great Michael Caine's one is, and Johnny Depp's and everything and stuff, they always go to this idea that there's some kind of massive conspiracy going on, which frankly is bollocks. To be fair, and my approach to this has always been the most logical explanation. It's the most simple one. And I've had to read all the case files, I've read the documents, I've read as much as I can find on it, and my conclusion, spoiling it, not really spoil anyway, is that basically Jack the Ripper was a man, just a normal guy. He wasn't a doctor, he wasn't a physician, he wasn't a royal member of the family. If he was anybody like that walking around Whitechapel at 4 o'clock in the morning, they would have caught him, pure and simply, because he would have stuck out like a sore thumb. The reason Jack the Ripper got away with everything he did was because he blended in. And that's the story that I'm going with, because to me that is the true story of Jack the Ripper. And the problem is Hollywood looks at scripts and they go, yes, it's good, but it needs to have some kind of conspiracy to it. We have to sell it. We have to make it look a bit, we have to make. So my job as writing this is how to make something that people will see as trivial and it's just an ordinary person. How to make that exciting. So I read the 1988 FBI profile they made about FBI, the profile job. So I've read that, I've looked at what they thought the person would be like, I've looked at the suspects, and I've got my own conclusions based on years of reading about it that I'm going to put into the script. And starting it, originally it was going to be a film, but I was writing, I just went, there's far too much here to put into a film. So what I'm doing is I'm writing it as a 3-part serial, pretty much.
90-minute kind of thing.
Yeah, 90 minutes each. Well, an hour each, maybe. Roger, I've said that now.
Yes.
All right, 90
you want to revert that one again?
There's not a montage in it, so
there we go.
I'll start at the beginning. But that's so each one is about 60 minutes in length, and I'm trying to present Jack the Ripper as a normal guy normal. He probably not doing normal stuff, but in terms of he blended in basically, and that's why he wasn't.
He wasn't the usual suspect, or maybe he wasn't.
Well, and that's why I'm trying to approach it as I'm trying to make that exciting. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing the storyline. I'm trying to. I've used Whitechapel almost as a character because if you read about Jack the Ripper, you come to realise that actually the stuff going on around that as well is just as interesting, and also you can almost link that to it in a sense.
It comes across strongly in the screenplay.
Oh, thank you. I'm ready for it. So, I'm because I've got so much other stuff to do on Sustain and definitely, I've only managed to write the first script at the moment, and I've started the second one, and I've literally got a scene outline of everything, which is about 18 pages long, and everything's colour coded. So if it's about Whitechapel, it's in yellow. If it's about the police, it's in pink, green, or something. If it's Jack, it's red. If it's about the main characters that I'm talking about, it's blue. So I've got a colour code, so I've almost kind of, in a way, I can tell that the pacing is there and everybody's getting. Hopefully I have tried to get in touch with Hammer.
I would watch that. I would definitely watch that. It already sounds better than American Ripper in London, because what a load of old shit.
Yeah, I did watch it.
It was terrible.
It was. I think grasping was probably the word.
It was the guy. You're aware of that, Kev, aren't you? I think I told you to watch the first episode. The guy from America that was convinced that his great grandfather H.H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper.
The murder castle.
But and he was so desperate. He was so fucking desperate. He'd obviously got a book deal in the background there. He was so fucking desperate that no matter what anyone said, they were in London, they were in fuck knows where, and he was so fucking desperate for somebody to say that yes, your great grandfather was Jack the Ripper, mate. That anytime anyone said no, it's definitely not, he went, so you tell me there's a chance then.
Yeah, it's like that meme, isn't it? So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what a load of bollocks. Anyway. So, tell everyone, where can they find out more about Sustain? Where can they follow you? Where can they watch the trailer? And where can they find out more information when it becomes available?
Well, the Sustain trailer you can find on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/sustainmovie. And on there you can find the Twitter account. If you do get stuck, you can go to our website. If you go to www.lightninginfluence.co.uk, it's on there as well. And you can pretty much find everything from there.
Yeah.
And then you'll find all of this lot as well.
Yeah, just Google me. If you Google me.
Just basically that. And
Screaming Deaf as well.
Screaming Deaf. It's facebook.com/screamingdeaf or screamingdeaf.co.uk.
Right, yeah. It's crazy.
It's Facebook. Yeah, just Facebook.
Yeah, just go Facebook. And obviously we'll continue to share it like hell as well, because we're right behind you. Definitely.
And one of the things that I've really enjoyed about speaking to you tonight is, and like you were saying, that Ian McNeice was commenting on it when you was doing the host and Screaming Deaf. You're obviously very close friends, making films together, which I just think is absolutely awesome, and I hope all the best for you guys, and we will be 100% behind you.
And you as well, because you direct.
Yes, of course, you're doing your.
Welcome to the club.
Well, he's shot a film. I don't know if it's directing.
Don't ruin it, arsehole.
Welcome to the nuts house, because you're never gonna leave.
Yeah, he did text me through the weekend. He says, "Kev, I think I've got the bug."
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, well, not the flu, but yeah. As well, please always ask us for support and stuff. We would always support.
And we have one last thing that we've spared the last 10 minutes for.
I think Dave will already have done this,
I think Dave may have already done this.
Yeah, but I need to change it now, because last time it was a Kevin Spacey film.
Oh. No, don't start that.
No, we'll not go there right now, but that would be a whole nother 10 podcasts. So, we have got the 365 picks. 365 picks is a section that we do on our podcast and on our website, where we get our guests and friends who come on the show to choose a movie to go on our list of 365 movies that people need to watch before they die.
Oh, okay. I know one exactly.
Right. So, round the table, we need a pick from everyone, and why.
I go first?
You go first.
Okay. Well, for me, it's similar to this time of year, but my number one horror film to watch is Alien. So Alien, Ridley Scott. That is my number one top favourite horror sci-fi sort of movie. And if you've not watched that, then you need to get watching it.
Basically.
Exactly, yeah. It's one of the best films, one of the best horror films. But if we talk action films, Aliens is one of the best action films. But I prefer the first one.
I prefer the first one as well. Yeah.
To be honest,
So yeah, that's mine.
Okay, Josh.
I'll try to go next. I'm still thinking.
This is problematic, right? Because someday you're thinking, well, there's that many movies I could recommend, but I'm going to go with one of my absolute all-time favourites, the original King Kong.
Oh, nice.
Amazing movie. It still holds up to this day. Absolutely love it, and it's one of the reasons I love monster movies. So,
I like
Josh.
I thought long and hard about this.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yes. The film to the Camp Batman series from the 1960s with Adam West.
Sweet. Good pick. Good pick.
There we go.
With the shark repellent.
And shark spray.
Yeah.
Do you want one of me or you not?
I'll tell you what, Dave. Due to recent events, we will let you choose another one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be quite controversial. Well, actually, I'm going to be controversial. Blade Runner 2049. Basically, because I watched that and I was just in complete fucking awe of it.
Is it? I know from the trailers and everything we've seen, it looks gorgeous, and obviously it is going to look gorgeous. But is it actually a good film as well?
It's completely on par with the first one.
I think it's a lot of the.
So repeat the question. What?
I think.
Again, it was one of those films that I left the cinema and I was spellbound by it, and that doesn't happen a lot right now with modern films. It was just beautiful to look at, but it just stayed with me for a long time. It still is.
Just wait for Star Wars.
Exactly. Last Jedi comes out soon.
So,
in fact, before that, you've got Justice League, so don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. I'll give it a chance.
If you think that should make a decent film, then yeah.
They did. It's called Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. I haven't watched that yet.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is great.
I'm
And it's got one of the best theme tunes you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
I should have said Logan for my top film.
You can't change it.
I know.
It's amazing how seriously people take that question.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, mate.
Nature at the moment.
Yeah, it's my film.
If in the next couple of weeks something comes out about Hugh Jackman, we'll let you change yours as well.
Oh God. No, I'm with Alien. So there we go.
Nice. That's good picks all round. So we're very happy with that. And with that, I'll just let Chris wrap up.
This has been awesome, lads. Yeah, just thank you so much. Best of luck with Sustain. The best of continuing luck with House of Screaming Death. I think you guys are awesome. And get yourselves back on for a crack about whatever you're up to next.
Anytime.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you
very much.
Cheers, guys. Take
Cheers,
care.
thank you.
Good stuff.
If you like listening to this podcast, then I guarantee you're going to love Thinking Outside the Long Box and our scintillating interviews with pop culture celebrities.
I have a responsibility, not just to my son, but to everyone I meet, to let you see this is what you can do. This is what you can have. Look at how different I am. My God, look at all these people here. Can I be more different? Jesus Christ. But it doesn't stop me, so why should it stop you?
Our discussions on the classics of pop culture literature and movies.
This version of Night of the Living Dead, I regard personally as my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, really?
I can trace it back to that movie for my love for movies and entertainment.
And of course, our intelligent discussion on all things pop culture. Passively reading the comic book. That's good. Here, I'll put it close to the mic. Oh, listen to me flip the pages passively. Yes. And then, so this is aggressive comic book reading.
Oh, man, yes! It's so good!
It's like that. Wow. Well, maybe not so intelligent. To listen to us, search for Thinking Outside the Long Box at iTunes or Stitcher, or find us at www.totlb.com. Now back to your super interesting show.
So yeah, that was good. That was good. It was good having a crack with those guys. As I said to them, we just wish them all the best luck. 'Cause they're awesome.
Definitely.
They're awesome to speak to. You could tell they were having a great crack.
Yes, amongst each other. not so much.
We were kind of like, I went away to just have the toilet and have a crack with Lindsay. Like,
we probably could have both went, and they wouldn't have mattered. They were just having a crack, and they were like, yeah, that was awesome that day. Yeah. Anyway, lads, are you still there? Yeah, we're still here.
We do the Arnie thing in Last Action Hero. Yup. Yeah.
Quite possibly the easiest indie talk we've ever done.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
He was basically asking us questions. So, yeah, that was pretty badass. And then they started asking each other questions. So we kind of wondered if there was any point us doing the podcast.
Yeah. Am I going to have to do that? Like, when we've got the film out, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're involved with the film.
Right.
So we're going to have to get, like Jason and Jeff to come on and host Indie Talk and interview us.
I'll tell you what. Talk about inflating your own fucking ego.
What?
You egotistical fuck. You want to get somebody else to come on.
I want to do an interview on our own on Indie Talk for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? You just stay down at your gaff. I'll Skype you and I'll interview you.
That's just cheating.
Well, how?
Because.
How?
Well, you're involved with the movie.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about it. I've not even read it.
You're a twat.
To be fair, I wasn't even watching you film it. I was on my phone most of the time. I was playing Candy Crush.
Fucker.
Yeah, I'm sure we can work something out. I'll have your people talk to my people, and then our people will talk to their people, and then
yeah.
Well, that's how that works now.
Yeah.
Because you're in the show bears.
I'll get my agent to.
Are you getting an agent?
Do all that shit.
I think I should be your agent.
Fuck no.
I could Jeremy Piven the fuck out of being your agent. Ari Gold it.
No, because Jeremy Piven's a cunt.
Well, he is, but I could be a dickhead though. I could be all like, "What you?" I don't know how to do it. I'm not a nasty guy. I'm a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that interview was great. We got a good 20 minutes just to sit and play on our phones in the middle of an indie talk, so that was great. But yeah, man, honestly, it was fantastic having the guys on. We're well behind Dave on everything he does. We can't wait to see House of the Screaming Death. We can't wait to see what he's done with Sustain. Sustain looks fucking beautiful, to be fair. We've only really seen the trailer, and the trailer just looks dynamite.
Well, honestly, I mean, the reason that we got Dave on the first time is obviously the teaser trailer was out, and I gave it a watch on it. Showed up on my feed on the Facebooks.
Yeah, you
and
like that.
It was like that looks fucking awesome.
That was just a teaser,
and that's just a teaser.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're well behind him, and hopefully, when the movie's coming out, we might even get him back on again, because it looks like that's going to be early to late next year. It's looking. He's not quite sure yet.
Just anything to get invited to the premiere.
We don't need to go to the premiere, because to be honest, if it's in Walsall, I'm not sure I want to be going there. Is that not like just visiting Blythe?
I think it's mostly the Sustain is mostly just like a documentary.
Oh, probably. Okay. Plus, I ain't going anywhere near his house because he's got Michael Myers mannequins in his garden, and fuck that shit.
And Jason, he's in his bedroom apparently.
In the geek room.
In the geek room. No, that's Michael Myers is in the geek room.
Michael Myers is going back in the geek room.
Yeah.
That is mental.
You must. Oh no, I couldn't do that.
Fair enough, having those little standy-uppy figures that are quite tall off the table and that, but having a full-size mannequin in your house.
I mean, I've got the Joker thing.
Yeah,
that's just the Joker. But I couldn't have a life-size Michael Myers just
kicking.
You must just shit yourself when you go to the toilet in the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. What about you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh, fancy a drink. So you go down to the kitchen, you open your kitchen door. I don't know why your kitchen would be situated like this, but you shut the kitchen door and you look down the hallway and there's a fucking Michael Myers stood there. Would you not just shit your pants, even though you knew it was yours?
Yep.
Or freak your pants off? Something like that.
I would freak my pants off.
I would freak my pants off. That's got to be a new thing. Hashtag freak my pants off.
Fuck you.
But yeah, anyway, this has been a great episode. I've really enjoyed speaking to these guys. We will be back for our next episode, probably some point next week, which will be our normal regular schmegular.
Yes, it will.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
I've been watching some stuff. So
I've been watching some TV shows. I haven't watched that many films.
No? I've been watching some films. Some pretty piss-poor films as well.
Oh, dear. Rants?
Yeah. A couple. One or two.
Sweet.
You know I like a rant.
Yeah.
We'll be ranting anyway. But yeah, so that's us off. This is Indie Talk. Dave Hastings. Check him out. Check out Sustain. Check all of that good stuff out. We can't wait to see this film.
Definitely.
Do you have anything you want to say to the people?
No.
You never have anything you want to say to the people? Why not just have like a little parting farewell? Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.